absolutely. It's
That's my only
important to
concern.
stay healthy. I
Right.
mean, and one thing I like is they take your temperature. They take your as soon as you walk in, they take your temperature, and then they make you, sanitize. So they're being as careful as possible.
As they can.
Yeah, but still, when I go home, what do? I drink my orange juice with oil of oregano,
Right.
no matter what. If I'm in public, I
because
come
that's the
home
only
and have
thing
that.
about, so I haven't gone to a restaurant to eat
Okay.
because I don't feel comfortable taking off my mask to eat.
You didn't
and
even
to drink.
stay at your mom's on Thanksgiving, right? You
No,
took a to-go plate?
I took a to-go plate because I'm like, I'm not going to take off my mask. And so
Right.
I'm because you have to be concerned about ventilation, what's going on with, especially with COVID. So
That's
I just
true.
rather.
That's the safest.
That's
And
the
because
safest.
you have to deal with patients all the time,
Exactly.
you really have to be extra
And
careful.
you'd be surprised how many people say, "Oh, I had COVID."
Really?
I get that from patients all the time.
And what do you do this?
Well, I mean, they're out now, so what can they
Right.
know? Just imagine, because even taking temperatures, that's if you're symptomatic. But what if you're
Right.
asymptomatic?
That's
you
why
don't have a fever.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We're having the best guest we could possibly have right now, because he's going to explain to us how that works. And I'm so looking forward to understanding all about antibodies and
Right.
how the rapid test works and all that.
So what? So yeah, because we're having a guest who's going to tell us about a program that they're having with rapid testing for COVID, which is so needed.
Yeah, and
Because
it
I have a lot
sounds
of
groundbreaking.
Yeah, because I have a lot of friends and family that's in education,
Okay.
and so they're working in a school system.
Right.
So I'm sure that they would appreciate for everyone to get tests before they even come into the classroom.
Absolutely. I think, yeah. So I want to find out about the Sandy station too. That sounds awesome. And how we can, make more of them all around the country. 'Cause right now, I think every town needs one. So we got to find out how accessible it is.
At the border.
Yeah, put them at the border.
Before
Put the
you can
Sandy
come.
station at the border.
Before you
Absolutely.
can.
Don't come in my state without one. So I think it would be really cool. We got a lot of questions
they had
for
them
him.
at the airport.
Why don't they? Well, let's ask about that.
Okay.
We're gonna have a lot of recommendations for our guests today. I'm pretty sure. So let's take a break so we can bring them on pretty quickly. If you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
So we'll take a little short break, and when we come back, we're going to find out about some rapid testing for COVID.
Yeah. Be right back, guys. Stay tuned.
Talking to each other. Society is
technologies, and we put them through our telecommunications infrastructure.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So who are you presenting to tomorrow?
Well, my understanding there's about 50 to 75 people at the World Word Restoration Church tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I think the mayor is going to be there. We've got some NBA players going to be there, some football players, some politicians. So we'll be presenting the entire turnkey solution. We had one of our QuikLABs shipped from Miami, from one of the Walmart parking lots, here to Houston, and we also have our SaniQuik brought in from San Diego.
Nice.
So we brought the entire system here, and we're going to be presenting it and showcasing it here in Houston, Texas tomorrow.
Wow. Congratulations on that. I
So
think we're
tell
going
us
to try
more.
to get the image up too.
What is the system? What
Well,
exactly is it?
there's three components of it. There's our mobile labs, which we take shipping containers, and we manufacture them into medical grade laboratories. So we're CLIA certified, so they're full laboratories. So a lot of the testing facilities, especially the free testing places you go, they collect it and they send it to a high complexity lab.
Right.
Our labs are labs, so the tests get done inside. So that's why you're able to get the test within 15 to 20 minutes after you actually take the test, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have the lab, then we have our technology component, which really differentiates us from everyone else, where you download our QuikLAB app, you make your appointment, you get tested, and while you're driving home, you get a notification on your app that what your results are.
Oh,
right?
my goodness.
Then we have a second part of it called our QuikPass, which is what really we're excited about. And this is the part that we believe is going to help get kids back into schools, individuals back into restaurants, sporting events, high school football games. It's called our QuikPass Check and Verify. So once you get your test, there's a QR code on the QuikPass app. You walk up to the restaurant, they scan your your QR code, and it sees that you got a test within the last 48 hours, so you're able to walk into that restaurant with the idea that everybody in the restaurant is COVID free, so you don't have to wear the mask.
Wow.
And you can go to a sporting event or a basketball game, football, or schools.
So this is game changing all the
This
way.
is what
We
we're doing.
believe
How come
so.
you guys are the only ones who've come up with this wonderful idea?
Well, no, there's some other companies that have got components of what we do.
Okay.
They haven't put it all together. Because Rick and I are telecom guys, right? We're
Right.
we're Internet of Things, so we see it from a
A
telecommunications
different
play
viewpoint.
Okay.
than a medical supply situation.
Okay.
We see
Okay.
it moving data across our
Right.
infrastructure
Right. That's
and
important.
being able to. So that's why we're able to pivot in such a fast period of time
Uh-huh.
to be ahead of the market here in the United States. Go worldwide for that.
That is
Yeah,
phenomenal.
we're not doctors, right?
Right.
We're not
But you're
doctors.
smart.
We're not doctors or scientists, which isn't a
Exactly.
bad thing, but
Yeah.
we come at it from a different angle,
And
right?
which is
We're
what
problem
doctors
solvers,
needed. That's
right?
A
exactly.
different side of the brain.
That was a
Right,
component
right.
that was
We're
missing.
left-sided.
Very,
That is
very
correct.
smart. So, have you already started to implement it
Oh,
somewhere?
Yeah, sure. We actually have 3 labs operating in Florida,
Okay.
2 Walmart parking lots in the Dadeland Mall.
Oh
Right, so in a short period of time, 6 months, we build the labs, we developed our technology, and we've implemented and put it into Florida.
Mhm.
And we've got a national contract with Walmart, obviously, to put our labs in their parking lots.
That's smart.
And we have another strategic partnership with a company called SaniQuik, which is the 3rd largest medical supply company in the United States, founded in 1900.
Oh,
So they're
wow.
our strategic partner. They're out there selling and marketing our technology and what we're doing as well in the United States.
And
So nothing
supplying
in
us.
Texas so far?
That's why we're here.
We
Oh.
love that you're here
We're
because you
here.
saw how red we were.
Right.
In more ways than one.
Well, here's the thing. I'm originally from Houston.
Oh my God! No wonder we were at Park Blanche. Yeah. Well, that explains a lot. Welcome home.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We
I
have
am home.
Yeah, we need to set you up with the headquarters here. That's
No, I'm
phenomenal.
originally from Houston, Texas.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
Well, I went to Northeastern in Boston. Right?
You're not gonna believe
No,
this,
no,
but I went to Northeastern in high school though, because the school I had, we took classes at Northeastern.
And in Boston?
In Boston,
There
I
you
grew up
go.
in Boston.
Oh,
Yeah,
Honey
that's my
Avenue.
You don't
hometown.
hear it a
go.
little bit. She doesn't
And
sound
you don't hear,
southern.
no, I always tell people I'm from Lubbock. That's
Well,
why.
it's funny. I travel. I've been to 56 countries around the world in my telecom career, and every time someone asks me, where are you from? I said, I'm from Houston, Texas.
Mhm.
Even though I've lived in California for the last 20 years, but it's always I'm from Houston, Texas.
That's very cool.
Oh, yeah.
And you're a native
Yeah,
Houstonian.
I'm Houstonian.
Okay.
Yeah.
She has no accent, but she's a native.
That sounds
believe
southern.
it or not. That's really cool.
So the test is about antibodies, right?
Here's
There's
what he
actually
You
there's
know
actually
your-
really
you know your
4 main
lane, right?
tests on the market today, right? There's
Uh-huh.
your little finger prick, which is the antibody test. You get results in maybe 3 or 4 minutes. That doesn't really tell you if you're positive or negative, right? It
Mhm.
tells you if you've had the virus in the past and your body is building up the antibodies because you've had the virus, right?
Mhm.
The other 3 tests that we can do out of our labs are the antigen tests, the molecular tests, and the PCR tests. Those 3 tests basically give you the same type of results but different sensitivity levels for the tests, right? So we concentrate on antigen tests because you can get results in approximately 15 minutes after you collect your sample.
Right.
So the 2 main tests that we do in the labs right now are the antibody test and the antigen test. We have the capabilities of doing the PCR test, but as you know, it's a deeper dive into the pharyngeal passageway. So it's people, say they feel like you're picking their brain out of their head, right?
Right.
It's very-
I will not. I'm
the
afraid.
discomfort.
I'd rather get my finger.
There's a little
really.
discomfort there.
Yeah.
But it takes longer to get the results of that test.
Right.
So part of our business model is the rapid speed of which we give people the results of their testing to enable them to go back to work, to go into the restaurant, to go into schools, to
So
sports venues.
If you test the antibodies, so if someone is, say, asymptomatic, they could show it. But what if I had it and I have the antibodies, but now I'm not,
Right. So
but I still have the antibodies.
sure, if you have the antibody test, the beauty of our QuikPass system is that it basically monitors the efficacy of your testing regimen, right? So it doesn't do you any good to get tested on Monday and then, try to go into someplace on Friday because that's how long it's taking you to get the test back. So if you have antibodies built up, the general rule of thumb in the arena today is that, you know, maybe it's good for 30 days, right? Maybe you've got the antibodies for 30 days. Some doctors say 6 months, some people say a year. Who really knows?
Right.
We feel, our chief medical officer feels that you're pretty safe at a 30-day limit. So if you've got the antibodies, we give you a 30-day time pass on your QuikPass app. So for 30 days, it ticks down. So for 30 days, you can go in those venues and say, look, I've got the antibodies. I'm COVID free right now. On the PCR test, that's the true test that tells you whether you have the virus currently, if you're positive or negative. So as long as you're being tested within a 48-hour window, then we feel that you're not transmittable. So you feel that you're pretty safe to go into some kind of a venue to see your kids' football game or wherever it is that you want to go.
The whole idea is not to wear the damn mask anymore.
Right, and that's okay. I say damn a lot. That's a nice word.
I mean, because I would be so
Oh,
satisfied
man.
going to a restaurant and seeing
Oh.
everybody did the test.
Wouldn't that be
and-
Wouldn't it be
nice?
great that, you know, everybody in that restaurant is COVID free? Within the last 48 hours,
Yeah.
everyone here has been tested, so you're not
Right,
transmittable.
right. And just we had it up there a minute ago, but we did have the image of your lab.
Oh,
It's a
did you? Okay.
very cool looking
Okay,
thing.
there you go.
There it
we
is.
go.
Now the way that works is they can drive up and get the
Yeah,
test.
drive
Right.
up, stick your finger out, get your
Drive
finger
up, get the finger prick, or you
Okay.
can drive up and get your nasal passage
So
swab.
you do the swab as
Absolutely.
well.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
So which one's more effective? Which one's more accurate?
They're both accurate.
Okay.
But they tell you two different results.
Okay.
All right. The antibody test tells you if you had the virus in the past.
Okay.
The PCR-like test tells you if you're currently active with the virus.
Okay. So if you have the antibodies, I'm hearing that some people are getting it twice, that they're still getting infected twice.
That's why we believe you should do both tests.
Wonderful. Great.
And there's something else that people really need to be aware of, and I struggle with this if I should even say these things, but I don't know if people realize, but this virus has morphed.
Yeah, that's the scary
It's
thing.
morphed in Europe.
Yeah, because it's not COVID-19,
Your
it's
doctor,
COVID-20.
Is it
Right.
I
really?
would, you know.
So it's a new
chiropractor.
generation
right.
of COVID?
Right.
It's morphed in Europe. That's
Oh
what the
my
rise in Europe that's going on is because this is morphed. So we're in for a little ride here.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys ready for the more?
It's the same thing.
It's
a,
testing.
It's
okay,
testing,
it's a
right?
moving target.
So that's
You know,
why.
This could be with us for quite a while.
Oh my
Right, it
goodness.
really could be. So and we're going to have to live with the masks. We all have to
Okay.
take care of each other.
Right.
Right. This is nothing that one person, you know, a super spreader,
Uh-huh.
somebody that has it that refuses to wear a mask, that walks around society. When they sneeze, when they cough, those droplets are going far-reaching distances. So we've got to take care of one another. So we're going to live with the masks for a while. But we have to try to get back to some semblance of order,
Absolutely.
some sense of normalcy.
And that's going to bring me to the next question, but we have to
Let's
take a break.
So we'll take a little break.
And we're going to get a
And we'll-
little bit political.
Oh my goodness. She can't help herself.
I'm sorry. It's in my DNA.
It is.
All right. Okay, guys.
So
be
we'll
right
take
back.
a little break and we'll be right back.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
And welcome back to How You Living. So today, like Robin likes to say, everything COVID.
That's
We
right.
get to find out about quick testing for COVID, which is so needed and such an awesome idea. It's brought to you by our guests who are telling us more about the quick COVID testing and antigens and antibodies. And so Ms. Robin had a question.
And it's not really political, it's just related to political people. So Richard, before we took a break, you were emphasizing the importance of wearing a mask. So I know that President-elect Biden says when he comes in, he's going to try to mandate everyone wear a mask for 100 days. That's a little over 3 months, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that would make a big difference?
I don't know. I don't believe we know as a society what it's going to do, but why not?
Right.
Right? What is the harm? What does 3 months, 90 days, 100 days of wearing a mask? I mean, if you have to live in a bubble for 90 days to kill this virus, we would all live in a bubble for 90 days. So put on the masks and be safe and protect everyone. It's not just yourself.
Exactly, and that's what we try to explain. It's not about you. You know, if you're wearing a mask, you might feel safe, but you really, whoever's talking at you and they spittle goes in your eye, you're in trouble.
Right.
So that's why it's so important. And
It's always pushback though. It's pushback for wearing seatbelts.
but a good,
It's
right,
always
good point.
It's always a pushback.
But the illustration that's so clear is the Biden camp, they have very minimal infections. And the Trump camp, almost everyone's been infected. So that's a good illustration. And maybe wearing a mask is,
Now,
helpful.
when it comes to the actual testing, insurance, especially right now with getting rid of or trying to work against the Affordable Care Act, is there insurance that's component or is it cash?
Just so you know, our business model is cash basis, but insurance will only pay for if you're positive. It won't pay for just go and test.
Right. Okay.
So
So
but,
if you have
we are working on that element in Florida to get that process started with the insurance side of it. But there's one more thing I wanted to say that's really important about what we're doing. You know, our QuikLABs, there's a point of care. It's a point of care technology, right? So even when COVID is gone, we hope to have these in low income areas so to create testing, you know, for diabetes and influenza and all kinds of different things that we need to be tested as, you know, in our community, right? And that's a really important thing for Rick and I as we continue to promote and build this network out throughout the United States and worldwide. The whole point of care and making people just more healthy.
I love it.
That's
so
nice.
right now you're catering to businesses and organizations, but what about individuals? Like if I wanted to use your services, could I?
Drive on up.
Drive on up.
Oh, that's where Walmart. Okay.
Walmart, Dayland, you drive on
At
up.
any facility.
Can you say how affordable it is, or is that not your bailiwick? Is that the finance people?
It depends if you've been a flight the next day.
How quick is quick?
Right. So
Right. It really, the costs of tests really are commensurate upon the volume of what you're buying. So to get an antibody test now for just a general walk-up person is approximately $75.
Oh, that's very reasonable.
If you need to get a more sensitive test, a PCR type test, they're approximately $135. But that gives you the right to travel. There's a lot of airlines now that are putting passport type systems in There's countries that will not allow you to enter their borders, like the Bahamas as an example,
That's
right?
it.
If you want to go from Miami down to the Bahamas, you cannot enter unless you show proof that you've had a PCR test.
So I wonder how bad the infection rate is down there. Probably not that bad.
I don't believe it is.
You
They-
know
they,
what?
they almost have no lockdown.
I need a vacation.
But it's in
I mean,
lockdown.
because it
Why
would
don't
be
we all
nice.
go down and see?
I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Because I mean, if you were traveling and you hadn't had a test, to say, well, hey, there's a QuikLAB right there that you can do 15 minutes, and they'll
Right.
give you your test results
Right.
before you even step onto the plane.
Right. We're labs, so you're CLIA certified. It's a laboratory.
Right. So that would be awesome.
That would.
That's,
So
Yeah.
are you all considering getting involved in the vaccine?
We absolutely. We're actually building the back end right now to actually handle.
Can I have a
the
piece of
vaccine.
that action? You said you're public, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
We got it.
We're in the process of raising a lot
All
of money
right.
right
Let's do it in this way.
No, I'm gonna do it the legal way, okay? Because I can't afford the Martha way.
now. Yeah, we don't want to do the Martha.
That's really the beauty of the portable nature of the labs, right?
Okay.
Because they are semi-permanent laboratories. We want them to stay forever, so they'll be there to service the community far beyond COVID. Hopefully, a short period of time. But people that need to get vaccinations for influenza,
Right.
so
Absolutely.
many other types of tests and services we can provide out of the labs.
Okay, so you have Walmart. Are you thinking about like CVS and
Yeah,
other-
as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to sit down with the CEO of CVS. So sure.
I think you should hire me
Right.
because I got all the right ideas, right?
well, here's the thing. Our QuikPass Check and Verify, it's a standalone platform. So we invite other laboratories, other testing companies in to bring that data in so that when you're walking into that restaurant, if there's more data points to be able to give you access to that restaurant, because you may have gotten tested at a CVS and not a QuikLAB, but we want you still to be able to go into that restaurant. But so we have to check and verify by pulling the data. that says
So
you
there'll
got
be a
tested.
communication between.
We call
man,
we call it our QuikPass network.
I love
Yeah.
it.
We're telecom
We
guys.
share
That's
data.
phenomenal. You know what? It pays to know a telecom guy. That's what
Yeah,
you
because
do.
there's so many
Yeah.
tests that you can do even
Right.
beyond COVID.
And
That's exactly right.
That's
Yeah.
true. And that's wonderful. Now, I don't know if we talked about the SaniLab yet, but do you have that image we could put up as well? Is it called SaniLab? Did I say it right?
It's called SaniQuik.
I was close.
You're very close.
Okay.
You were half right.
Okay,
no,
I was
no,
half
that's
right.
not quite
That's the
there.
story of my
That's
life.
the
Right. Okay, so we may have it, but can you just kind of give us some background on how did that? I assume that came after or before.
No, it actually came a little after the idea of the labs.
Okay. Okay.
Right, and it was basically if you get tested,
There it is.
There it is.
right? So if you're tested and you're proven to be COVID free
Uh-huh.
internally,
Okay.
what about if you've walked through a crowd of people and somebody coughed and you walk through the droplets or something and it's in your hair or it's on your
She
clothes?
needs that. She needs that. Oh my
Right?
goodness, she always talks about that. Yeah.
So
Oh
prior,
my goodness, why get your own personal one for Christmas?
Thank you.
so one for the front door, one for the back door.
Or a
So
clinic.
it's basically a sanitation cabin. What the sanitation cabin does is you enter it, it scans you to verify that you have a mask on. See, I'm so accustomed to wearing masks, I carry one
That's
with me.
Smart.
It scans to verify that you have a mask on. It then takes your temperature, and if you pass both of those tests, it allows you to advance into the sanitation part of the cabin, which is basically just a fog that you turn around in the fog for 3-4 seconds and exit.
Does it mess with your hair at all?
Doesn't mess with your
Okay,
hair.
good. So we can do it. Okay.
It doesn't
You know how
mess
women
with your
are.
glasses. It doesn't fog up your glasses, so you
So
don't
what
see
is
where
in
you're
it?
going.
Is it disinfectant, sort of?
Yeah, it's actually called hypochlorous acid.
Okay.
And hypochlorous acid is a solvent or a substance that was created back in 1876 by a French chemist, and it's been in use since.
Okay.
So it's very safe.
Okay.
It's really just electrolyzed salt water. So
And we know salt water
the
cleans.
machine that it puts it through, it pumps it out, creates a fog within the booth.
Okay.
So you just walk in and it's the same type of material we've all gone to the grocery store,
Uh-huh.
and you go into the vegetable aisle, and as you're in the vegetable aisle and you're looking at your
It's
carrots
cleaning the
or your bell
produce.
peppers, you'll hear thunder or something, and it's
Yes.
to tell you to, that they're getting ready to spray the vegetables.
That's good to know.
hypochlorous
I usually use
acid.
that to wet my fingers so I can open a little plastic bag.
Exactly.
Okay, not alone, I do that too.
Oh, yay.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what it is.
So when COVID first hit and it was in Asia, you would see the trucks driving around. Is that the same
Exactly.
spray that they were using?
Right. And a lot of the trucks, when they're doing sanitation outside, will use a different type of a cleaning material.
Okay.
So there's many different types of cleaning materials. This is so safe, you can drink it.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
we use this for ours because we just feel it
Because
has the same
kids,
effect.
The kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
that
I'm
makes
surprised
sense.
that they didn't even have something like this when they opened school to say, well, hey,
Right.
at least let them walk
Right.
through and
We're
spray them.
we're
before
trying.
they-
We're trying.
We're
We're trying.
We could get
That's
you
why
guys
we're
in
on your
every
show
school.
right
We
now.
love
We're
it.
trying.
Oh, we're gonna blast this everywhere because you guys are like a godsend right now. We need something that's gonna finally, break it up. We've got to find a way to break this up.
Slow it
Otherwise,
down.
there's no
Let's slow it down.
slow
Slow it
it down. Yeah, because it seems like there's no change in sight at the rate we're going in America.
Yeah, we had a Dr. McKellar. She had us in Tyler, Texas, a couple weeks ago, and we were giving presentations, and we were saying, look, this is not that complicated.
Right. It really is.
It's not. It's just you're gonna have to make some sacrifices, but just
Mhm.
we're not the politicians. We're just a technology company, so
Right.
we don't set the policies. We don't, but we can tell you just implement it.
Right.
And put it in place,
Right.
and this thing you'll start to see over time the decline of this virus, by just being smart, and that's what we're here talking about here in East Texas today.
They're
Yeah.
just treating it like it's still in 1918.
So if the policymakers just listen to the experts, that's
There's no shift in
Right.
where we are right
There's
now.
no
It's
But I
shift.
just
think we were better off then. I mean, at least it ended in 2 years? It doesn't look like, I feel like it's gonna be a long time coming, unless you guys can really replicate it really fast and,
Well, we can.
Yeah,
It's
it's
whether or
just that
not
the government.
somebody will allow us to replicate
Right.
it. Right?
How long does it take to really have to build out the lab? I mean, is that
Well,
quick process?
our current factory, we can do about 80 labs a month, and we have a factory on standby. We can do 800 a month.
That's phenomenal.
Right. So
That
once we
is
start getting the larger
fantastic.
contracts, the government contracts, and so forth, then we'll start. We'll open up the second factory, and we'd like to actually put one right here in Houston as well.
I would
So
like
our-
to-
yeah, so
Yeah,
our-
we would love for
Well,
you to do that.
our design is California, San Diego, Houston, Miami, and Detroit. Because I'm dealing with the Detroit government up there as well.
The other thing that I'd like to touch on just briefly that we've missed too is that it's also good for the local communities because we're hiring local staff
Oh,
to
my
man,
goodness.
so it's jobs.
So it's right. It's win-win. It really is. So the mayor is. I'm sure he's very excited about this opportunity.
From what we understand.
Right. Yeah. He's pretty progressive.
Because how many people can you test and say in an hour?
It depends on how many lab technicians you have in the lab, but we can test about 300 people an hour.
Wow. Put you right in front of I'd say City Hall. You should have a spot right there. That would do so many things. It'd be first of all, it would send a great message.
Right.
And, it would hopefully get more people to buy in. Like
And-
we
and-
need schools,
and
the
all
colleges.
All the Shell and all the big.
All
oil
the right,
companies
that's where all the
and-
oil
Yeah.
companies
They were
directly across
really-
from City Hall.
they've got a huge amount of employees, and they absolutely do. One of our board of directors runs Qualcomm Europe. Right?
Okay.
He's on our board, and so I have a meeting with him later this week where we're getting ready to sit down with the head of Qualcomm
Okay.
for all their campuses around the world to implement what we're doing as well. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, we're at the very beginning. We're excited.
I know. As soon as it hits Houston, I'm
I
gonna be the
know.
first
I
one
will
in
be.
line.
Yeah, I might drive. I won't get on a plane yet to San Diego so I can get tested. A test I can trust. I think we got to
So
take
we're
another
gonna
break.
take a little break.
Well, we've got a little
And we'll
surprise
find
coming.
out all the rest of the details on if you want to get in contact and
Okay.
in case someone's like, oh, we need that,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
can help push it forward.
Okay.
So we'll take a little short break and join us as we finish up finding out about quick testing and trying to get it in Houston.
Be right back.
And welcome back to How You Living on the Edge Radio Network. So today we have, once again, talking about quick COVID testing. I had to say it slow so it can make sense. And as you can see, we have more people joining us. And Mr. Thomas, who are these lovely people that are surrounding you with all this love?
Well, we have a fabulous Dr. Shirley McKellar from Tyler, Texas. We
Wow.
have Ron Wood from Kansas City. And we have my good friend, Mr. Lamar Odom.
All right.
Los Angeles.
From LA. Because you can't do everything by yourself. So
No.
it takes a
Yeah,
village, right?
It takes a village. You know, we have just a fantastic management team, and the new extended family here in Texas. You know, it's just a blessing. Like Lamar just said, it's a blessing to have all these folks come together to try to help us execute on this vision that we've had here in the last 6-7 months.
That's great.
So
So
awesome.
Lamar, your role is you're like a liaison between the sports.
Yeah, just for sports and entertainment.
That's beautiful. That's great.
I look forward to filling the arenas back up and lighting
Yeah.
back up.
So you guys are going to have a station with all the teams, obviously. Is that like a high priority?
We've
to
already, because of Lamar, we've already been able to present to the owner of the Lakers, the NBA.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's
That's great.
getting
It's
exciting.
a work in progress.
It's a work in progress, right? So
but
we're
it's going to turn things around.
yes,
That's good. Oh,
That's
and
so
I guess
exciting.
NFL as well.
NFL as well.
Okay.
Everywhere you got an arena,
Baseball.
Oh, great.
that's what we're trying to put in.
That's fantastic.
Especially in Texas, you know, we like our
Yeah, we
college
like our
football,
sport. They
yeah,
love their
basketball,
college
and
College
football.
football.
so you know
Yeah.
we want to
Right.
still definitely go to sporting events for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Just bring
Yeah.
some normalcy back.
And so you're exactly, and it's like so foreign right now. What does normalcy even mean?
Yeah.
So what are your roles? What do you guys?
So, first of all, I want to introduce myself.
Yes.
My name is Dr. Shirley McKellar, and I actually am the City Councilwoman for District 3, Tyler, Texas.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
And so I served on the task force for COVID-19. Want to see that thing is mitigated really soon. So I did a lot of research, and thanks to my dear friend, longtime friend, Mr. Ron Woods, because we worked together on a lot of projects
Okay.
medically.
Okay.
And so when he told me about TPT, I said to Mr. Stephen, what would it take for me to get that to Texas?
Wonderful, wonderful. That
He said
you
a
called
tr-
the right
he said a
person.
plane ticket.
Oh.
Thank God.
And so within a few days, I had him in here in Texas and covered all across Texas because I am an East Texan.
Okay.
And so I said, let's start first in East Texas,
Mhm.
and then we can spread out across the Lone Star State.
Nice.
Well, we are so honored.
thank
we
you.
Are,
Thank
I
you
feel
for
so
bringing it to
privileged to
Texas.
have you
Absolutely.
guys.
Thank you for
Yeah, this is
and I'm a
wonderful.
retired United States Army nurse
Oh, my-
clinician
Oh.
and Iraqi,
Oh,
Afghanistan
my
veteran,
goodness.
and I have seen more deaths from
Mm.
COVID than what I saw
Right.
during the war.
And that's
Wow.
20 years of war.
Yes.
That says.
And so I said, we have to do
Yeah.
this immediately. So I
Yes.
started to reaching out to people
Right.
all across East Texas, to include Miss Sharon Berry, which is
Yeah,
a dear friend
my
of mine,
friend
my
and sister.
sorority sister.
I'm telling you, you guys are doing God's work. You really are.
That's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
And we
Because
appreciate you so
I've had
much.
6 family members to die of COVID.
Oh my goodness.
Just returned back on yesterday from a funeral
Mhm.
of a
Wow.
family member
So it's real
from Omaha,
personal.
Nebraska. It's very
It's
personal.
very
And then I'm
personal.
a nurse clinician. It's very
Okay.
personal.
Oh my
And thank you,
goodness.
ma'am, for taking care of the patients here,
Yeah.
the citizens here in
Oh, wonderful,
Houston,
Dr.
Texas.
Kiva.
I
Yeah.
think COVID has touched everyone in the world.
Everybody's life.
Everybody. I mean, yeah,
Everybody's
we,
life.
You,
yeah,
you
you're
always know
absolutely right.
someone.
There's
For
Probably
sure.
nobody up here hasn't had someone that you know be
Absolutely.
affected.
Mhm.
You know,
No, it's amazing.
it is.
And it's very urgent. I want people to know out there. It's
Absolutely.
very urgent for us to get involved
Yeah.
and buy this system across because we cannot put a price
No.
on lives.
You're right.
Money is not important. We have plenty of it in America.
Thank you.
anyways.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
a
time for
very
us to
good
use it to
point.
protect
Absolutely.
the citizens in this country.
That's true.
So that's why I'm pushing it, and that's why I'm
I
here.
love it.
And that's why I
love
brought it to Texas.
You guys
we
gotta
can
make-
feel your energy. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, for sure. We know you are
She'll
sincere.
make it happen.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen. I mean, you got him here. You know,
Yes,
so we
thank
appreciate
you.
that. And we
Stephen
thank
and Rick are amazing, and
Yeah.
we so appreciate the work that they have
Oh,
done,
yeah.
and the fact that they can pivot from telecon over to medicine.
to medicine.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It
really,
all
this
belongs
is some.
together.
Yeah, it really
it's,
does.
it's so funny. We get presentations. The first thing out of our mouths is, "Okay, guys. First of all,
We're
we're not doctors.
Right. We just play one.
Yeah, we're
I'd say you're kind of more
yeah.
effective in
But
some
you know,
ways.
but
you
we
know?
have a great chief medical officer, Dr. Humberto Ronyo. He was very instrumental in the fight against AIDS and HIV.
Oh,
He created a device that helped decrease the mortality rate for HIV. So he's world renowned. So he's our chief medical officer. We have Michael Tomas, who runs the U.S. Stem Cell out of Miami, who runs all of our Miami operations, and he's one of the best guys in the country with regards to stem cell technology. So our medical team, though, aces.
That's
Strong.
phenomenal. I'm
Strong.
not surprised.
Right.
I'm not surprised at all.
And then, of course, having Dr. McKellar on board and Ron and bringing this team together as well to kind of help us bring in Texas. We're just excited to be here.
Great. So will
And
you
then
make
Big Boy here?
And then we got Big Boy here, right? Who's gonna bring in all that star quality? Right? I love it. So, do you have anything you want to share?
No, I'm just happy to be here.
Do you enjoy working with them? Are they easy
I
to work
love
with?
it. Love it.
That's
Lovely
great.
family.
That's great. That's wonderful. So now, are you making your way all across Texas? I know you got
Whatever
Houston.
she-
So
Eventually
wherever
we're
you
going-
send them.
Yes,
Oh,
we
I
are going
love
to
it.
cover Texas.
So you have
Because
like
we're
a
number
tour
one,
bus?
you know.
So what are you doing?
No.
Right.
We already did
Dr.
Tyler.
Okay, you already to Tyler, which is awesome.
Right.
All of East Texas.
All
We
of
covered
East Tex-
from-
okay.
Yes, we covered from where Miss Sharon Berry lives in
Okay.
Pocket, Texas, all the way across to the bottom
Wonderful.
of deep East Texas.
So what about Dallas?
Oh, well, that's
That's pretty
next.
bad up
We're
there.
already
Oh,
working.
my
And
goodness.
you know,
They
with,
need-
with Houston having the medical center too,
Right,
So-
right.
that could be also
That's
definitely a place.
Oh,
one of the
absolutely.
things that we really found out about Tyler was that there's a lot of universities there training nurses. So what a great resource to find people to actually hire for this whole campaign across the country. That's why.
And we're preparing our medical school there.
Oh,
That's
In
right.
case you didn't know, University
Yeah.
of Texas.
So that's
We have
exciting.
a pharmacy school. as
Man,
well.
that's awesome. So where's next?
And next,
Dallas,
how
Fort Worth.
timely
It's
you
where
ask.
you-
How
So
timely
we
you ask.
don't. You
Yeah.
do have a
Oh, we
next
have a
stop.
plan, yes.
Okay. So it's-
Stephen has brought my partner Willie Taylor and I on, and we help with market development, specifically federal market opportunities. Now, the Biden-Harris campaign have set aside a lot of money
I bet they have.
for the mitigation of the virus. We have the solution. So in terms of a next step is pre-inauguration. We will be sitting with the Biden transition team to deliver what we think is cutting edge technology. So keep your fingers crossed. We think that's going to go well. So I personally worked for years with Department of Veterans Affairs at a national contract to deliver products, and we think that is an opening that Willie Taylor and I are really going to pursue and bring some more opportunities to TPT.
That makes perfect sense.
Sure
Particularly
it
as
does.
an inauguration. I mean, where else can you be introduced more publicly?
Sure
Nowhere.
it does.
Right
Yeah.
there, right there, inauguration.
Oh my goodness!
Pre-
You should have
inauguration.
it should be right there. It should be right before anyone
Right,
enters.
we should
Yeah.
have a.
Keep her on for
I'm telling you, I'm the
marketing.
idea girl. This is what I do.
Have
you
a
know?
lab there.
But I really, no one should even enter without your testing. You know,
That'd be huge.
that would be huge. Why don't we work on
You
that?
gotta
Right?
manifest.
I'll call you later. Right, I'll call you later.
We need to do
You
that.
guys are
That's
amazing.
right.
I am so. I hope you come back too.
Anytime.
Because what's going to happen is once your impact is made,
Mhm.
we're going to need you to come back and tell us, how many
I
lives
would-
were saved.
We would
and
love to.
Exactly.
it would be so amazing.
For
But
sure.
for the time being, there are corporations listening
Mhm.
who need to know how to get in touch with you.
Sure, they can go to our website, tptmedtech.com, and there's information there on the website.
Okay.
Right? Or they can look up our stock symbol, TPTW.
I can't wait. As soon as he says put, I'm on. I'm in.
Would
That's
you-
how I can afford to share it to you.
Would you
That's all.
say that one more time?
That would be
slower?
slowly.
Yeah,
Slower.
slowly, and then
TPTW.
okay, that's easy enough. Now, what about social media? Do you guys have social media?
Yeah, we have social media with Twitter.
Okay,
we have
great.
our Facebook pages and all that stuff.
And we can put it up, and we'll share it when we.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate
Absolutely,
Yep.
we definitely want everyone to hear about this.
Yep.
Any other questions?
No, I think it's it's so crazy how COVID is really detrimental,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but it has us doing a lot of shifts in order to to be able to survive and to live.
Sure.
And so I give you guys high
Yeah.
kudos
Amazing.
Thank you
for
so
coming
much.
up with this, because it's definitely needed.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
is a brand new
And
thing.
thank
It's
you for
life
bringing them
changing.
to Texas. You
Yeah,
know?
God bless you guys. We appreciate everything you're doing.
Yeah,
Definitely stay safe,
You,
please.
you too.
Put the mask back on as soon as you get out of there. We will all be masked up in a minute, I promise. I guess that wraps us up. And we got some more. I mean, you guys have pretty much answered everything that every question we
I know.
had.
Can we just
So
mention
awesome.
tomorrow's
Oh,
event?
yes, please. Please talk about that. You have time.
Oh, well, we want
Yes.
to invite, well, Ms. Sharon Berry, would you like to run up here really fast if you don't mind and just tell
You
them?
got it. You got
Okay.
it.
Okay, all right.
Right, keep us
Okay,
safe too.
So it's tomorrow at 10
Okay.
a.m. here in Pearland at the World International Church.
Okay.
And that's on which street?
7620 FM 521 is
Okay.
World of Restoration.
World Restoration Church.
World
Okay.
of
Who's the
Restoration.
pastor of that church?
Charles E. Perry Jr.
Okay. Great. That's
So I
great.
bet people know him in this
Absolutely.
area.
Okay.
So
Yes.
we want to say thanks to him
Yeah.
for accompanying us and allowing us to be at that facility. And the lab is right there waiting
Okay.
for everybody to see that.
That's a
Nice.
photo op right there.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for
Oh, I
everything
can't wait
you're
till
doing.
you
We
come back and
appreciate
we
you.
have even more.
Yeah, because we're gonna have like a
Exciting
success
news.
story.
Let
Yeah,
me tell you about my success with putting these in arenas and like
that is gonna be so huge now.
Right.
So are you working with them? Or are you doing your own thing at the
No,
arena? So you guys are going to. He's taking.
No, he's actually vice president of sports and entertainment.
There you go. That's what we needed to know.
Oh,
Okay, where's your card?
The-
Yeah, give your business
Oh,
card.
he's got a card.
in.
He's got a
We
card.
need your card too. Yeah, because I want to collect them all. These guys are life changers. I'm telling you, y'all are really just trailblazing.
And we want all those city council mayors and all of those that are listening out there to contact us
Yes.
about that so that they can make their cities safe.
Absolutely. You guys have a responsibility. You really
Yes.
Thank you.
do. So take advantage of this. I guess that does us, right?
Wow.
This has been one of the most important shows we've had. I'm telling you.
Heavy hitting.
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Yes.
No shade on our other guests, but this is big. So, you know.
Huge.
Yeah. So thank you guys, Stephen.
Thank you guys
Thank you,
so much.
Richard. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Lamar,
Thank you.
Dr. McKellar,
McKellar.
and Mr. Wood. It's a pleasure.
You two are so.
Where's my
Yeah,
sister?
you guys are great.
We're yin and yang.
It
We
was
always
totally
say
yin
that.
and
We
yang.
are. But I think we're gonna sign off, guys. Okay.
Yes.
Might be a little bit early, but I want to talk to them before I have to leave. So.
Okay, I got
All
you.
right.
I got
So
you.
it's a little unorthodox today. I don't know. All right. Well, you tell me. You want to keep going? We can keep going.
So thank you for coming today and watching our show. And remember, as always,
How you living? Bye bye.